I started recording and writing and making Redemption back in 2018. I went into it knowing three things. I had three rules. Basically, they were I wanted to produce the album, I wanted to write the album, and I wanted to sing the album. It was such an experience to actually do all of them and to know I actually did do it by myself. I had a little crappy computer and it wasn't the best mic and I didn't have the best equipment and I wasn't necessarily, pro at what I was doing, but it was the experience and it was so fun and they are memories that I will cherish and remember forever. When I first released Redemption back in 2019, I was very, very, very happy with the project. I had no faults or flaws or bad feelings towards it. But as time went on and I was listening to it more, my ear was changing, and I started nitpicking. I'm sure everyone can relate to this. You look back on things that you've done, you're like, I would change that, I would change that. Eventually, it got to the point where I was kind of like, you know what, I don't even want this to be online anymore. So I actually removed it. And then it dawned on me recently, it was like, I'm coming up to the 5-year anniversary of it. I would love for this album to be on streaming services and out to the world, but in a way that I'm happy with it nowadays. Well, the first massive change to the album was adding a rapper to Start to Believe Again, which back in 2018, that was my original vision for the song. So I knew that was one of the first things coming back to this album and revisiting it that I knew that I wanted to do. And it was such an honor and such a pleasure to be able to add the rapper that I did on the track. Um, Aside from changing some of the vocals and making some of the songs better, in my opinion, I also added two new songs, one of them being Boyfriend and Crazy. Boyfriend is the only track on the album I didn't produce, and to go into the recording studio and to work with a producer, it was so unique and it was so great to be able to vibe with someone else because previously before that I had literally only done everything myself, and to go into the recording studio and to work with him and to create that magic. I so wish the song was released back then, but I'm so happy that we are able to release. Crazy is a track that I recorded back in 2016. It was one of the first ever songs I ever did, and my friends loved it at the time, and I was going to release it on an album that I was kind of working on back then, but it never came around and it kind of got missed and left in the vault, as it's called. You're gonna have to just wait and see.